Evening clouds will stick around, but that overnight low won't be as bad, only getting down to 51 degrees. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Good morning, Lake Norman. This is Mayor Woody Washam from Cornelius, and you are about town today. And man, we've got a great show for you. A lot of wonderful information. You'll get some answers to some questions that I have gotten throughout this campaign season, and I think you're going to get the right answer today with what's going on in our town related to development projects and transportation. You know, folks, those things tie together. They really do. And we understand that at the town of Cornelius. I certainly understand that as your mayor. And we've got some answers how all that's going to play out and some really good news, we think, on transportation. Roads are going under contract. And I have with me today several of our town staff that are experts on all these topics. And first of all is our deputy town manager, Wayne Herron. You've heard from Wayne many times, and he is back again. Welcome, Wayne.
Thank you, Mayor.
And also our assistant town manager, Tyler Beardsley. Tyler handles all of our local projects, and there's a lot of those in the hopper that you need to know about as well. And our planning director, Rox Burhans. Rox is the new guy on the block, but he's not too new, and he's got a lot of experience, and he's doing a great job for the town of Cornelius. Welcome, Rox.
Thank you, Mayor.
So, today I want to give you a little update about the development projects. Let's start with that because people always wonder and ask me, what is this or what is that around town that they see popping up? So, let's talk about some of those projects, Rox, and sort of fill in some blanks there. And I'd like for you to start with the project that is on Jatun Road Extension right behind Chase Bank. Recently, I've got the most questions about that.
Absolutely, Mayor. That project is being developed by Serendipity Labs, and it is, as you've mentioned, on Jatun Extension. It is a two-story commercial office building, approximately 20,000 square feet, and I think they're going to offer some kind of flex office, some office space available for small businesses and folks that just need the opportunity to drop in and have an immediate office space or a conference opportunity.
It's a pretty good sized building, isn't it?
It is. It's a very large building, but also a very attractive building. The architecture is going to be a nice complement to that area of town, and I think folks are going to be real proud of it.
Okay, we've got a question already. Absolutely. Jim Vogel, are you out there?
Yeah, hello, Mayor. How are you?
Hey,
this
Jim.
Actually, is a PSA for you. We have a Lake Norman community blood drive today at the Harris Teeter Antiquity.
Oh man, yes.
And it starts like 10 minutes ago and runs till 5:30. There's walk-ins are extremely welcome. You get a T-shirt, you get a gift card for $20, and you get basically a medical summary, everything from cholesterol to your blood pressure done too for free. So just gotta hop on down. If you're in Antiquity right now and living in the houses there, please walk on down. If you're anywhere near Catawba and 115, please pull on into the Harris Teeter. And I'll tell you, we really would love to see people. Again, it's 21720 Catawba Avenue.
Right at the Harris Teeter. You can't miss the big red bus, right, Jim?
Can't miss the big red bus, Mayor. You bet.
I am tickled you called in to remind folks of that. That is a fantastic, as it's happening right now, public service announcement going on in our great town. So, folks, if you can give blood and want to give blood, we encourage you to do that. This is a great effort taken on by our Lake Norman Small Business Network. We love our small businesses, and this is an effort that they are moving forward and putting in place, and let's help them be successful. Right, Jim?
Yes, thanks a lot, Mayor. Really appreciate all your visibility.
Oh, thank you very much, and look forward to seeing you around. And Jim will be my guest in the next few weeks here on WSIC talking about small business. I appreciate you doing that, Jim, and look forward to it.
Thanks, Mayor. Looking forward to it, too.
All right. Have a good day and good luck with the blood drive.
You too. Again, thank you for your time.
Thank you. So, Rox, back to you. We're traveling around town here talking about our development projects. I'm going to let you pick the next one that you'd like to update our audience on.
Sure. I think an interesting area of town to discuss, maybe closer to home in our downtown community.
Yes.
We've had some great success in the downtown over the past several years with the opening of the Kane Center for the Arts. We've had Atrium open up a medical office building recently. Folks driving down 115 can see the Venue project go vertical. That's a mixed-use project with commercial on the ground level and apartments above. But also a significant addition is at the corner of East Catawba and Meridian, where we have the Mills Market project that was recently approved, and it's going to add. It's going to be right next to the Kane Center and offer 12,000 square feet of commercial space as well as living opportunities above, and it's going to just really be a great infusion of investment and energy into downtown that I think we're all excited about.
Fantastic. And what would you foresee in that commercial space? Just, I know you don't know exactly,
Sure.
but just a guess.
I think that one is going to be a variety of eating spaces. I think there's a desire to put some a fine dining option into downtown. Again, where folks can go before or after an event at the Kane Center and stroll over and have a nice meal and stay in the downtown. I think there might be also some fast casual kind of eating opportunities, a coffee shop, and then just some small retail or personal service type establishments. So I think it's going to offer a really good variety to our downtown and just give people even more reasons to come and stay in downtown and enjoy our community.
Fantastic. The Kane Center has really turned into the economic driver that we all dreamed it would. And I'm going to sort of turn to Wayne on that one because Wayne and I worked through a lot of hurdles on that, if you will, and got through them successfully. And, my opinion is the Kane Center is doing exactly what the town invested money in it to do. Would you agree with that?
Most definitely, Mayor. The way we saw the Kane Center with the shows, the performances, and being the community center that it was designed to be, it has become a catalyst. And what that means is folks are calling us wanting to see, well, how can I complement the Kane Center? What kind of uses can I bring to downtown that can complement what's there, whether it be fine dining that Rox just mentioned or businesses and the one thing with the Mills Market is a parking deck. So we can solve parking issues not only for Kane but for other uses and for events such as Taba Walk, Second Fridays. So it is just tremendous that it has turned into the catalyst project that we all dreamed of, and just the number of people that are calling wanting to develop around the Kane Center and in our downtown.
Well, that is certainly encouraging, and like it ought to be. I don't think it's a surprise to certainly not me nor you.
Yes, sir.
But it's a pleasant experience to see it when the plan actually works out.
That's
I mean,
right.
The plan is working, and that's what we got to see.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we got to see, particularly when the town invests a little bit of money in particular things. So let's talk about where you guys, and I'll go back to Rox a little bit, see us heading as it relates to housing in our community. Where do we stand in terms of, or do you see opportunities or requests for housing developments or apartments and all that kind of stuff? That's really diminished, hasn't it?
It has. There's always a general interest. The inquiries that we receive are kind of a much more smaller scale. We are certainly not. We don't have the vast amount of open land like Huntersville or Mooresville might have. So the inquiries we receive are much more modest in nature, and so and really not as many as one might think. So we don't have. We have much more interest, I think, more in commercial and mixed use type development. In my experience being here.
Absolutely. We're heading toward a break right now, and we will be right back with About Town with Mayor Woody Washam.
CaneArts.org. Eric Jones, the Magician, Saturday, October 28th. CaneArts.org. Carolina Balloon Fest is this weekend. Day passes to watch the event start at $15. Want to take off in a hot air balloon from Statesville? You can book your ride today. For more info, including ride pricing, visit CarolinaBalloonFest.com. The Carolina Balloon Fest, this weekend near Statesville Regional Airport. CarolinaBalloonFest.com. Pumpkin picking at Kerrigan Farms. Experience the pumpkin patch at Kerrigan Farms by booking your experience now at KerriganFarms.com. KerriganFarms.com for a pumpkin picking adventure. Santa's coming to town. Schedule your time to take pictures of Santa at Birkdale Village. Spots are limited and must be scheduled in advance. Santa will be at Birkdale between November 19th and Christmas Eve. Appointments include time with Santa and 8 digital images from a professional photographer. For more info and to schedule your time with Santa, visit birkdalevillage.com. Have an event you'd like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
The Renaissance Festival is back Saturdays and Sundays now through November 19th. Eat, drink, be merry at the Renaissance Festival. Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com while supplies last.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. As you head through your morning, those clouds will start to roll in. We're looking at a mostly cloudy afternoon with your high temperature getting up near 69 degrees. Into the evening, clouds will stick around, but that overnight low won't be as bad, only getting down to 51 degrees. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Now more About Town with Cornelius Mayor Woody Washam on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
And we're back. This is Cornelius Mayor Woody Washam. And sorry if you sort of abruptly got cut off on that last one, but we won't do that again. But we will continue here talking about some of these great development projects, and then that's going to lead into an update on our transportation projects, because it all ties together, folks. It really does. We're going to talk about our town growth too, which is pretty minimal, but we're going to talk about that. So some of the other questions I get, Rox, relates to, first of all, 3 questions about that. I want you to talk about Alexander Farms. I want you to talk about, is OMB really coming or not? And I want you to talk about Atrium, our new hospital. I know it's coming because it's under construction. So let's start with Alexander Farms.
Sure. So Alexander Farms, located at the intersection of West Catawba and Westmoreland. I think most folks are in the area are familiar with it because the land has been cleared and it's actively under construction. There's a lot of equipment and material on the ground. And so that's going to be kind of an exciting kind of mixed area type project. It's a shopping center that's going to be anchored by a Lidl grocery store, and it'll have small shops spread throughout. There'll be coffee shops, dry cleaners and restaurants, and just the normal kind of businesses that you would customarily see in those types of centers. But there's also going to be senior housing opportunities there as well. So there'll be folks that want opportunities for folks to live in the development and have immediate access to the shopping and recreation opportunities. There's a parkland donation as part of that. So it's a really exciting project. It just doesn't seem to be moving as fast as we would like it to. But it will be, it is moving along, and we're going to be excited about the final project. The second question you asked is about Old Mecklenburg Brewery, OMB. When's it coming, right? Well, is based on all the information we have, it's coming. And so we're excited for that project to be coming about as part of the Gateway Gardens project. That's located behind the Antiquity project, or the Antiquity neighborhood. And I think that it's no surprise OMB is wildly successful in the Charlotte region, and they've just got other projects, other expansions I think they're working on, and ours is in line with those. And so I think they're just trying to wrap up some other projects before they jump into the Cornelius market. At least that's been my understanding. So we're excited about all of those projects, and look forward to seeing them come to fruition. The Atrium Hospital is another great resource, not only for Cornelius, but for the whole Lake Norman region. That's going to expand healthcare considerably and give us a lot of local resources we didn't otherwise have. I read an article written by Atrium that it might produce approximately 280 jobs for the community. I mean, just that in itself is a really valuable contribution I think we should all be proud of. And so that's going to be right at 21 and Westmoreland, or just south of that intersection.
Gotcha. So the hospital is going to start out a little bit small, 40 beds or so, which is still wonderful. It will have emergency.
It will.
And another maternity, I believe, and other resources like that, which is very normal for a full-service hospital. But the hospital's going to grow, Wayne. Is that correct? What's that growth plan look like?
Their ultimate plan is to go to 300 beds. And so that'll be a great addition to the community to have a major emergency medical facility here in Cornelius. In addition, there'll be a large medical office building, so there'll be professional doctors and people will go there for their regular appointments and have the hospital right next door. So a lot of growth is planned in that area, and as Rox said, just a lot of benefit for the town with Atrium providing that.
Right. And Atrium is doing a lot of road improvements in that area. Tyler, do you know about that?
I know about some. Wayne may be able to help with more of these, but I know at the intersection of 21 and Westmoreland, that's getting fully redeveloped, extending turn lanes. That's one of our biggest problem areas right now. So having that development and those improvements should surely help that area and that intersection.
That's fantastic. And Atrium's paying for it. That's the good news. Atrium is actually paying for that. And, that ties in, I'm sprinkling this conversation with some transportation discussions too, but that sprinkles in with a potential one-day exit 27. What do you think about that, Wayne? You think that's possible one day?
It's absolutely possible, and Atrium is supporting that. And while the town has a significant lobby in Raleigh, and we've been talking about exit 27 for a while, having a partner like Atrium who also agrees with exit 27, needs exit 27, I think just amplifies the importance and the need that our community has for that exit. So certainly the town and Atrium will be working together. I think it'll move up in schedule. Right now it might be 10 to 12 years, but with the partnership between the town and Atrium, I think we'll see that move up to a 5 or 6 year time frame, and we'll start working on the funding models with Atrium as our partner. So I think that is a reality that we'll see sooner rather than later.
That is absolutely wonderful. I am behind exit 27. The good news about that is it will be another option to get off the interstate and take some traffic off of exit 28. And any way we can do that has got to be a good thing, right?
You're exactly right. Exit 28, anybody who's used that here recently, you see the backups, you see the congestion at the Virgin Diamond, and while we're working on projects at either end that will alleviate that, exit 27 will just be a great reliever. It'll be a second option. And for those who don't know exactly where exit 27 is, that's at Westmoreland Road. We'll add ramps on both sides. It'll allow people to get off to go to West Catawba or up 21. And so it'll be a great reliever for exit 28 and just adding access for Atrium and other uses that are in the area.
While we're in and around the Atrium project, let's talk about the Bailey Road flyover. That's a project that really helps connect our east and west. So very important project as far as I'm concerned. How's that tracking, Wayne?
Well, right now it's scheduled for 2032, but again, Atrium, and there's so much that Atrium brings to us, having them and be a part of the Bailey Road flyover discussion as well, I think we'll move that up in schedule. And I'll talk a little bit, let me jump back to exit 27. There's a lot of folks that like Westmoreland Road the way it is today. They like having that flyover. They use that. That's the way to go east-west without having the congestion that an interchange brings. So once we get the interchange, exit 27, folks are like, well, I still need a flyover. So on the south end of the Atrium project, you'll be able to go on Bailey Road Extension and fly over the interstate with no interchange over to the west side. So that flyover is very critical and very important to us, and Atrium agrees. So here again, we'll be partnering with Atrium. We hope we can move that schedule from 2032 to possibly 2026, 2027. So here in the next 3 to 4 or 5 years, our citizens are going to be seeing enormous improvement in our congestion and our east-west connectivity and the ability to go east-west here in the town.
Fabulous. That Bailey Road extension, let's go back to that a minute, is going to straighten out that terrible curve, and that will be a roundabout right there, correct?
That is correct. There's anybody who's been on Bailey Road is familiar with the sharp curve right there at Pool Place and coming down to the Greenway crossing. So our goal is to work with DOT to put a roundabout and then extend Bailey Road extension out to 21. So a lot of the commercial and industrial traffic, which is great for our tax base, will have a much easier way to get out to 21 using that roundabout and coming out to 21. And it'll lessen the traffic around 131 Main, the Waterman, and around Oakhurst and the Greenway crossing. So that's our goal, to make it safer, but also facilitate traffic moving in our industrial areas where our main tax base is.
Well, that traffic control or better control through Oakhurst has got to be important to
Yes.
people. It really has.
Yes.
That is a little bit dangerous, actually, through there with such a condensed housing development through that area, and as well as commercial. So I think we can see some great relief on that particular one. So with those projects, great things coming to that area of 21. While we're on that a little bit, let's talk about the Highway 21 widening. How is that tracking as far as our time? I know that Atrium must be in a position to move that up a little bit.
Yes, and I know people just don't understand the major impact that Atrium brings to us and the great benefit, but Atrium is also working with the town and DOT on the intersection where the Bailey Road flyover and the Bailey Road extension will be. And that'll be a new full movement intersection, have a signal, so it'll facilitate traffic moving much safer. It'll also allow safer ingress and egress for emergency traffic, ambulance, possibly a fire station down there. We're working with them on that. But that also, by having all of these partnerships with Highway 21, with Westmoreland Road, with the new intersection, it's also going to push the widening of 21 up. And right now that's broken into 2 projects. We'll have the section from Target up to Westmoreland, and then we're still fighting for the section from Westmoreland up to Catawba. So we'll continue to fight for that, and certainly that partnership is going to help us with those. So right now, the widening of 21 from Target to Westmoreland just got moved into the state programming. So that's scheduled right now, I think, for 2026. So we're on our way.
Oh, that is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. So Westmoreland Road's going to get widened. Is that correct, Rox?
Yeah, as part of the road improvements, they'll be adding auxiliary lanes and extending existing auxiliary lanes for the Atrium project, which is not only going to serve Atrium's needs with the increased employees and patients that they're going to bring, but it's also going to relieve existing congestion in the area that folks experience, just because the intersection of Westmoreland and 21 are just not set up to accommodate a lot of the traffic we have during the lunch hour and school hours. So it's just going to provide a lot of great overall relief to that area of our community.
We definitely need that for sure. But the Atrium Hospital was a real jewel. I was part of the recruitment of that years ahead, something our community could be proud. Mayor Woody Washam, it's about town, and we'll be right back.
More About Town with Cornelius Mayor Woody Washam is coming up on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Folks, you know Randy Marion sells vehicles the King of Price way, but did you know our service department? We service vehicles the King of Price way. We sell tires, we sell brakes, we sell batteries, we sell the maintenance. We help you keep your vehicle on the road safe, ready to drive. Whatever the season is, Randy Marion service departments have you covered. Come see us today, because folks, again, you know we sell the King of Price way, and we do service the King of Price way.
King of Price, RandyMarionStatesville.com.
look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. As you head through your morning, those clouds will start to roll in. We're looking at a mostly cloudy afternoon with your high temperature getting up near 69 degrees. Into the evening, clouds will stick around, but that overnight low won't be as bad, only getting down to 51 degrees. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Hello, friends. This is Dwight with Gullion's Christian Supply and Homeschool Headquarters, inviting you to join the Gullion family and staff in praising the Lord for 30 years of providing you with trustworthy and inspiring books, Bibles, music, gifts, and supplies. We so appreciate your support and friendship over all these years. With locations in King and Statesville, North Carolina, visit us again soon for encouraging fellowship and essential provisions for your Christian life. Gullion's Christian Supply and Homeschool Headquarters, where the Bible stands.
Make your work easier with Eagle Rentals of Troutman and Statesville. Eagle Rentals has generators, heaters, fans, painting equipment, floor care equipment, pressure washers, lighting equipment, and lawn care equipment. Plus, Eagle Rentals has construction equipment like forklifts, bobcat loaders, backhoes, excavators, and more. Reserve online at eaglerentals.com. That's eaglerentals.com.
Hello everyone, this is Joshua Dobie from North Main Financial Group. We're blessed at North Main Financial Group that most of our clients come to us by referral. When folks have a good experience with us, they share that good experience with their friends, family, and colleagues. In doing so, when we're sitting with folks then, we're looking at their financial plan and seeing if it aligns with their goals and their desires for what yet lies ahead, be it college, be it retirement, or be it estate planning. If that sounds of interest to you, we'd love to hear from you. Reach out to us at northmainfinancial.com.
Hi, this is Andy with Lake Mountain Coffee, located at 110 West Broad Street in Statesville. Many of you probably know us from our large coffee house downtown, but did you know we're also the owners of Statesville's first and only coffee roasting facility? We purchase coffee beans from around the world, bring them right here to Statesville, roast them in our facility for our customers around the region. Why would you go to a grocery store, purchase old coffee beans off the shelf, or any other source where you can have fresh roasted beans at Lake Mountain Coffee, 131 West Broad Street in Statesville?
Fernhill Baptist Church is a traditional, fundamental congregation located in Troutman. Hear them Sunday mornings at 8:15 here on WSIC. Listen on demand, WSICFM.com.
Fall is here, and Little Shavers has the supplies you need. Wheat straw, pine needle, grass seed, pelletized line, landscape edging, and railroad cross ties. Got a deck that needs staining? Little Shavers has PPG paints and stains at prices you can afford. Fall is a great time to replace your furnace filters at Little Shavers. Get the products you need at reasonable prices from Little Shavers, 3301 Salisbury Road in Statesville.
About Town continues now. Here's your host, Cornelius Mayor Woody Washam, on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning again. Mayor Woody Washam here, and we are about town talking about development projects and transportation today. Two big important topics to the citizens of my town in Cornelius, North Carolina. So, we've got a lot of projects in motion right now, but I want to start from some of our little bit smaller projects. We've got an individual on our staff who is actually the assistant town manager. That's Tyler Beardsley. And he is, as I view it, kind of the glue that holds the town together, literally. He's in charge of our public works department and all of the projects that take place in our town, the special projects, and oversees and helps oversee even some of the state projects to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do. So, Tyler, I'm interested in what all you've got going on. I think I know about a few of them, but a few of them I might not know. So tell me about a few that you've worked on recently or continuing to work on now.
Sure. I'll start with one that we just finished earlier this spring. That's the Jim Street Extension Project. So that runs from Oak Street to School Street on the east side of town, behind the Oak Street Mill. And the important part about this one is it provides an east-west connection, another alternative to Catawba Avenue. So now that Jim Street is done, a driver can go from Highway 115 over to 21 without having to get on Catawba Avenue or Washam Potts. It's a local road that all the neighborhoods, the residences behind Catawba Avenue on the south side can use and never have to get on Catawba Avenue. And before this connection and before the Nanny Potts connection that we constructed about 2 or 3 years ago, everyone on the south side of Catawba would have had to get on Catawba. So it's just providing relief, alternate routes to Catawba Avenue. Another exciting project we're actually starting next week is Jeton Road Extension. So everyone knows Jeton Road Extension's in pretty rough shape. So we're rebuilding that whole road. We're actually taking off all the on-street parking and putting in bike lanes. And we're adding a multi-use path, so it's just basically a wider sidewalk to the south side of Jeton Extension. And anyone that's heard our park director, Troy Fitzsimmons, talk, this is a critical section to our Emerald Necklace, our greenway system. So that multi-use path is very important to the Emerald Necklace. So that'll start next week. We're providing an off-street parking lot. That's what the first thing that the contractor will work on, and then they'll work on the multi-use path. So the actual road work probably won't start until the spring. It'll be open to traffic. There'll be some flagging operations, but people will still be able to access all the businesses and the houses and the 2 daycare school facilities down there. So that'll all still be accessible. A smaller project we just finished that's not vehicular transportation is sidewalk on Kings Point Drive.
That was popular.
Yeah.
I have heard from residents out there.
Yep.
They love that sidewalk.
We actually just finished that earlier this week. So every day I was out there, there were already people using it, even while it was under construction. So I'm glad to hear that you're getting positive feedback, and I've already seen people using it. So those are 3 of the kind of the bigger ones that we have going on right now, or just finished up with Gem Street, and the other 2 that are going on right now.
Well, that's fantastic. Back to Gem Street. I think that's probably one of our best kept secrets in Cornelius.
It is.
You know, a lot of the residents say, you know, be quiet, don't tell anybody, because we love being able to travel through there so fast. But people do need to know about that. And it will head straight into Hickory Street. It all connects into Hickory Street, which is where we're going to have another major road project on its way, Wayne. And isn't that correct?
That is correct. Coming up in the next 12 to 18 months, we have 6 major projects with DOT, and one of them is at Hickory Street. We'll be having a signal with some additional lanes provided. The signal, of course, automatically adds safety for people traveling in every direction. Right now, I would say people might be taking their life in their own hands trying to come from Hickory Street at Mount Zion, at Harris Teeter. So when the signal comes in, that will make that much safer, not only for turning left or right, but for crossing over to the other side to get to the Gem Street that Tyler just talked about. So we're very excited about that signal. Right now they're in right-of-way. They're just about finished with that. They'll start with utilities here in the next couple of months, and they look to let that contract in April of next year. So we're very close to getting that under construction. That'll be a very quick construction. That one should be completed by the end of next year once it starts. So we're very excited to get that one in. That'll be a great safety, congestion helper, and also it'll provide some preemption for the fire department. If you don't know what that is, whenever the fire truck leaves, they'll be able to turn the signals all red so they can get through quickly to go to an emergency response.
Boy, that's needed.
It is. So we're very excited about that project.
Yeah, that's fantastic. But that's one end of the Gem Street extension, as we call it, there at Hickory Street. A significant interchange in our town that is badly needed, and we got to upgrade our safety there. That's the big driver for that one. The other end of the Gem Street extension is on Nanny Potts Lane, and that's what takes you into Highway 21. And with all the work going on with the roundabouts, that is a project that I believe is right on top of going under contract, isn't it, Wayne?
Yes, they should be going under contract, or at least providing a contract to the low bidder next week. The bids were accepted this week. Tyler and I are working very closely on that one. We are so fortunate the bids came in exactly where DOT expected them to. So what that means is the town will still have a commitment. Right now, it's about a little over $3 million. We are hoping to go to the Regional Transportation Authority, which is CRTPO, get some discretionary funding from them, which would take our commitment down to about $1.5 million. That's not a bad investment. DOT's putting in about $21 million to our 1.5. So that's a great investment for the town. It's a great return. That project will provide congestion relief and safety for not only Nanny Potts Lane, but for people going eastbound on Catawba. It'll move traffic off of the diverging diamond, and it'll just make things work and function a lot more smoother than what they do today. So we're very excited that that one has already been bid and the contract is going to be signed. And you're already seeing the utilities. If you drive out there now, I noticed on the way over, they're moving utilities today. So that one is under construction and it's moving.
That is exciting. And, you know, we've got overall 13 projects approved for this town. 7 of them are funded.
Yes.
And that's really good news. This all started back when I began my political career back in 2013 and was assigned to CRTPO, the funding mechanism for this particular region through DOT. And we had a lot of success those 4 years I served there in getting these 13 projects approved. It continued after that with Dr. Miltic, who was our representative. When I became mayor, I appointed Dr. Miltic to that position. And the next 2 years, he became chairman. We continued to nail those projects down. And that's where we are. Not much has happened since then, but that's where we are with it. We have an opportunity this year, which I really hope to engage in, seriously engage in, related to discretionary funds. Here, what I am hearing is that there's $62 million going to discretionary funds through NCDOT for this particular MPO, and you know, we're going to be brave. We're going after a chunk of that, aren't we, Wayne?
Yes. A lot of jurisdictions just apply for one project, maybe every year. We're applying for 6 at one time. But I am very confident that we're going to do well. And the reason that I believe we'll do well is CRTPO has a priority system. You know, they want to fund bikes, they want to fund plans, they want to fund greenways, they want to fund new road projects, but they give priority to what they call shortfalls, because we've spent so many years planning, spending money on planning, right-of-way, utilities, and here we are at the end, and so CRTPO wants to prioritize what they call shortfall projects, and that's what all 6 of ours are, so we are confident that we're going to do well.
Well, and we've got to do well.
Yes.
We really just don't have a choice here, so we're going to pull out all the stops on this one and go for it. And I agree with you. I'm hearing good things as well, and I know you are. And we've got to see this one through, because it will offset some of this cost increases that we've had to deal with on some of these very critical projects. And we're going to talk when we get back about how these projects will transform our town. They really will. This is Mayor Woody Washam, and you are About Town. We will be right back talking transportation and development today.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Want to enjoy a night of magic? Eric Jones, a worldwide award-winning magician, is coming to Kane Center for the Arts Saturday, October 28th. Buy your tickets before they sell out. kanearts.org. Eric Jones, the Magician, Saturday, October 28th. kanearts.org. Carolina Balloon Fest is this weekend. Day passes to watch the event start at $15. Want to take off in a hot air balloon from Statesville? You can book your ride today. For more info, including ride pricing, visit CarolinaBalloonFest.com. The Carolina Balloon Fest, this weekend near Statesville Regional Airport. CarolinaBalloonFest.com. Pumpkin picking at Kerrigan Farms. Experience the pumpkin patch at Kerrigan Farms by booking your experience now at KerriganFarms.com. KerriganFarms.com for a pumpkin picking adventure. Santa's coming to town. Schedule your time to take pictures of Santa at Birkdale Village. Spots are limited and must be scheduled in advance. Santa will be at Birkdale between November 19th and Christmas Eve. Appointments include time with Santa and 8 digital images from a professional photographer. For more info and to schedule your time with Santa, visit BirkdaleVillage.com. Have an event you'd like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
The Renaissance Festival is back Saturdays and Sundays now through November 19th. A non-stop outdoor family adventure. Huzzah! Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com while supplies last.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. As you head through your morning, those clouds will start to roll in. We're looking at a mostly cloudy afternoon with your high temperature getting up near 69 degrees. Into the evening, clouds will stick around, but that overnight low won't be as bad, only getting down to 51 degrees. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
It's About Town with Cornelius Mayor Woody Washam on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Hello, Lake Norman again. This is Cornelius Mayor Woody Washam, and we're back for our final segment. And I understand we've got a caller out there. Andy Yates, are you out there?
Good morning, Mayor. How are you?
Hey, good morning. How are you doing today, Andy?
I'm doing well.
We've got an illustrious we've got an illustrious group here today. You have a question for us?
I do. I want to ask you about these 13 road projects that have been approved for Cornelius. Seems that that's a remarkable number for a town the size of Cornelius. I wanted to see what it took to get those projects approved and on the way.
Well, I'm going to give you the political answer, and I'll let Wayne give you the technical answer. And it was definitely a heavy lift. I don't think any town or municipality anywhere in the state have done better, certainly per capita, than we have on the number of road projects. We're bringing about, I guess, about close to 500 to 600 million to this town with the already allocated dollars that are out there, and that's not on all 13. I don't believe that's just about half of them.
It's very close to the 13. You're about right on it, Mayor.
Okay, there you go. So. We're excited about that, and it will absolutely transform this town for sure. But it took a lot of conversation. CRTPO, which I served on when a lot of this took place a good many years ago, back in 2013 to 2017, that was the crunch time. And that was when they changed some ways of actually evaluating these projects. We knew that if we got a fair scoring system in place, that we would stand out. And lo and behold, we did, didn't we, Wayne?
That's correct. Prior to 2010, it was a lot of, I would say, horse trading and good old boy network. And I'm not saying we weren't good at that. We did our best. But for many years, we just simply did not get projects. So as our congestion got worse, as the traffic grew, they did change the methodology. And when they changed it, projects are now awarded based on how bad your congestion is, how bad your air quality is, and cost benefit. So we went from 0 to 13 overnight. And I mentioned that we're applying to CRTPO for 6, and that's just unheard of for a jurisdiction our size to have 6 in 1 year. But that's just the way it fell out because we didn't have any projects in the previous 15 to 20 years. So now we have 6 projects that we could have bids open within a 12 to 18 month time frame. So we're just so happy about that. I think that will transform our community. I talk about it at neighborhood meetings, but I think I overwhelm people. And I think when people see the orange barrels and actually see the new lanes, then they'll believe the transformation that I talk about.
It's going to be pretty incredible. I mean, it really is. And, Andy, one of the reasons I ran for mayor again for my 4th term is the fact that relationships do matter. They really do matter. And over all these years, particularly going back to my early years with CRTPO, those relationships are still in place. And I think they will make a difference as we negotiate our way through these and get the best of the best for the town of Cornelius. So I'm planning on those relationships in place. Those are the reasons you get big pots of money to your town through not only NCDOT. We just got $3.5 million into the town of Cornelius, allocated directly to the town of Cornelius from the state of North Carolina. And that was back to the relationships we have with not only representatives that represent us like Representative Bradford, but also all levels of leadership in Raleigh. And that's important. That is absolutely important as we move into the future. So that's my big reason for running. I think that that will hopefully continue to make a difference from our town. I hope you agree with that. So, Andy, does that make sense to you?
It does. I mean, I think that I think it's a lot of hard work that's going into that. I mean, I've watched a lot of towns lobby for road projects all over the state, and they're happy to get two or three going on at one time. So I think hats off to you and the town staff and Wayne for seeing this through and making this reality. It's certainly much needed, and I know it's not something that happens easy, and it doesn't happen without a lot of hard work and without building the right relationships.
Great. Well, thank you for calling, and calling again sometime.
I'll do it.
All right, have a good day. Good deal. Now back to these projects, Wayne. I don't think we've hit on all of them that are in these 6 that we're asking for this discretionary money to offset some of this inflation that's happened. I know that one that we've left out is the Pot Street traffic circle that's coming in. We've been talking about giving the YMCA with 8,000 members some relief forever and ever, and here we are. It's right on the cusp of providing them and really our Main Street some relief. Isn't that correct?
That's correct, and that's a project we're very proud of as well. We'll have a major roundabout that'll provide pedestrian and bicycle facilities under the railroad trestle. But one thing I want to add on that project, while it's tremendous that the scores were so well that we got it, you mentioned the relationships. The relationships mean so much still today. Your relationship with Mayor Knox and Davidson allowed us to joint venture. Davidson has a project called Potts Beatty Sloan.
Yes.
And DOT is doing those together. I don't think without the relationship and without the partnership, and DOT recognized that we were in this together and we were committed, and appreciate your support for that. That's what made these 2 projects happen. So we're very proud of the Potts Beatty Sloan and the Potts Roundabout. It's going to be great for safety of the YMCA patrons, but it's going to add, it's going to beautify that, and it's also going to add pedestrian and bike under the railroad, which is going to be tremendous safety improvement.
Awesome. 2 more projects that I think we need to hit on, Wayne, would be, let's talk about Torrance Chapel, and then I want to talk about North Cross Drive.
Well, Torrance is another very vital project. We talk about the 21 roundabouts, but the Torrance is on the other side of the diverging diamond, and DOT is committed to moving traffic off of that diverging diamond. We need that traffic to move. Now, those of us who go out there and watch it day to day, there are things like when the traffic gets backed up and people block the intersection, or when there's just more traffic than the lights can handle. But if we can get these two projects on either end that we affectionately call the bookends, that's going to help the diamond so much. And what Torrance Chapel is going to do is give us 3 roundabouts for safety, one at the post office, one in front of Lake Norman Jeep Chrysler Dodge, and one up at Knox. And the one at Knox might be the one that folks aren't talking about the most, but could add the most safety. Redoing Knox Road, redoing the signal at 1 Norman. All that will make significant improvements in the congestion, the movement of traffic, and the safety all around West Catawba, Torrance Chapel, all around Torrance, and all around 1 Norman. So that's going to be significant, and we appreciate the board giving us the nod to move ahead with those roundabouts Monday night and moving ahead with DOT in that partnership.
Yeah, very significant, and the board had to think about that because you know, the cost certainly has gone up on all these projects. Torrance Chapel was probably the biggest shocker to us, wasn't it?
It was, but as I heard a lot of board members say, it's never going to be as cheap as what it is today.
Very true.
The cost will never be as effective as what we can do it at today. So making the decision to do it today, very important. I think probably one of the most momentous decisions we've made for our town in congestion and traffic in a long time.
It was significant. It really was. And I'm proud that we finally got there. I was
Yes.
sweating it, that's for sure, but it was the right thing to do. And at the end of the day, the board ended up agreeing with a lot of discussion. They ended up agreeing. Now, the next one would be North Cross Drive. I think that's a significant project as well that we've been talking about for many years.
North Cross will add another north-south connector and a reliever for West Catawba. The good thing about that is most people won't even see it being constructed because it's going to be on virgin land off-site. But when it opens, it'll be a nice facility to go from Alexander Chase all the way down to near Burkdale in Huntersville. We are partnering with Huntersville, Town of Huntersville, and NCDOT. We're all working together on it. The project's been approved, the right-of-way's been acquired, they're starting utilities. So that is one that is getting underway quickly, and we should see it open. It's going to take about 2 years because there is a creek crossing and a greenway crossing. That always takes a little bit extra time, but we're so excited. It's going to open up some commercial land that the Cook family has owned for many years. It'll connect us up to Huntersville, and we're so happy about that north-south connector. And we think that's going to be a great project.
It'll be our way from Cornelius to get to Burkdale,
Yes,
right?
That's correct.
And that folks will love that. But I'm so happy about this Cook farm because that is a significant commercial potential for our town to bring some jobs to our community.
Absolutely.
In an area that will be critically important. So what was farmland is now going to be wonderful commercial development providing jobs. So pleased with that. That's great news for us. And but these are monumental projects. They really and truly are monumental projects that many of us have hit the ground running on, and it's time to see them through. It's absolutely time to see them through, and that's why we need to put the rubber to the road. It's about to hit, and watch your town get transformed with this as we move into the future. I think we've got a great future with transportation. We've got great relationships in place. I am in the saddle, committed to make this happen for our town. It's going to make our town a better place to live, and quality of life will be fabulous. This is Mayor Woody Washam, and it has been About Town today. Thanks for listening to us, and thanks for your interest in your town. Stick with us. Next week's going to be a great show as well. Look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye now.
The new 105.